So, teacher, can someone really start up a business with 50,000 Ugandan shillings?
Yes, someone can start a business with any money because any resource can start a business. It may not even be money or finances, but it can be any resource like someone can have a tool and they are given to do some work, and then they are able to earn something when they do that work, and they start a business. You can have a hoe, you can have a slasher, you do work for somebody. Maybe you have borrowed the hoe, then you start a business. That means even some little money can be used to start a business.
And how profitable do you think if I'm to start up a business on a daily scale of the 50 that I have invested? How much do you think I can make?
Of course, when it comes to profitability, it depends on which type of business you have started. It depends on your input. In that case, therefore, if, for example, you have 50,000 shillings and you buy an example of matoke, and matoke is needed in that community and it sells, of course you are likely to get some profits at the end of that day. Not being sure of how much you can make, but quite a number of people have used that money. For example, bought 2 bunches of matoke, that is 50,000, 2 bunches of matoke. They can sell the pieces and they are able to get some profits from it. Okay. So, for example, someone can get 10,000 more to 20,000, depending on
of the 50.
Yes,
depending on the demand of the product.
Demand they are selling. And yes.
Okay. So, wow. I had no idea. Personally, I would doubt it. Personally, if I had the 50,000,
yes,
I would call it little to be used as business capital. So, because I have this big picture for business startups that you need some good amount of money, some big sum of money to start a business. But now, I feel like you have a point. And that brings me to another question that says, what's the biggest lie that youths think about business?
Of course, the biggest lie is that what you have talked about, that you need a lot of money or capital to start a business, and especially you need paper money. That is, first of all, a lie, because you or me here, myself, I'm capital. It is said that capital comes from a Greek word called capital, which means the brain. It means your input in terms of thinking about what can be done to start a business. So your input, how do you think about something that you are doing to get back something of value like money, is very, very important. So that is a pure lie, thinking that it is only money and it should be even a large amount of money to start a business. I think that is one of the lies. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hello family, my name is Malik, Abel, your host for tonight, and today we shall be looking at faith and the reality of business. And on me I have a guest of mine called
Daniel, teacher of entrepreneurship at Hope Senior School in Achirebe.
Thanks, teacher, for coming, for showing up for tonight's episode. So in Uganda, many businesses survive through shortcuts. Do you believe a Christian should be corrupt in order for their business to succeed?
I don't believe such, because the author of business is God. God himself, in one way or the other, I believe as a teacher of entrepreneurship, business subject, that God is a businessman. He has created us and he wants to benefit from us. And actually, when you look at the parable of talents, God is not happy when the unfaithful servant did not bring back something. We don't need to be corrupt, because corruption itself can lead to downfall of someone and their business.
The reputation of
Yes.
someone, yeah.
So we need to follow godly principles when you are doing business, because when you do well, then people are going to see what you are doing. For example, if you are charging the right prices, you are giving the right quantity and qualities, people are going to see your business. If you are doing, you are providing customer care services, you mind about your customers, you go out of your way, then people are going to see what you are doing, and they are going to tell their friends, and they are going to bring them, and you are going to get more profits. However, for a person who is corrupt, then soon they are going to be out of business, because people are also going to see that they are not doing good business, they are being corrupt in one way or the other, and it is not going to be okay. They are going to fall at one moment.
Okay.
Yes.
So, do you think if Jack wanted to start up a business, would you advise him to first go borrow a loan as their startup capital, or you would tell them to find ways of first getting their capital other than kicking off the business off a loan?
It is very important that before we start a business, we have some capital available. For example, through savings. Some people are lucky that they have got something. Like I said, that business can be started with the property, for example, inherited from a father, mother, or a relative. It can be a building, can be land, machine, or given by a relative.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you don't need to go borrow a loan. This money is very sensitive. When you borrow money to start a business, of course it is borrowed money. Someone is not going to respect that money. They are not going to do business. They are not going to practice good business practices. They are going to misuse their money at the end of the day. But when it is that resource, when it is that money that I've earned for some time, for a while, I'm going to respect that money that I've invested in the business. And therefore that means that I'm going to work very hard. I'm also going to respect my business, and I'm going to ensure that it brings about, that we earn profits at the end of the day. So we don't encourage people to borrow, to go for loans. Rather, they can go for loans after having someone around. If one wants to start a business of 2 million, they can maybe save 1 million or 1.5. The 500 can be borrowed to add on what you already have. You are going to own your business. You have already put in more money, and then that means you are going to work hard to ensure that even the other borrowed money is paid back. And it also means that if you don't pay back the other borrowed money, you are going to get something from what you already have and pay back the loan, and the business is not going to be closed down by the bank or by the creditor. Yeah.
So all in all, you would advise someone not to start up a business of a bank loan or any sort of a loan?
Sure, it is not advisable according to the values and principles of starting a business. It is not advisable.
Do you think entrepreneurship is made for everyone, or there are those that are meant, or there are those that were born to be entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurs are not born. Entrepreneurs are trained.
Okay.
People can learn something. Entrepreneurship is a competence that we can adopt as we go for training through school, by also going for internship. You look at someone, your relative, your friend, how they are doing certain work. That's why you find that quite a number of we have some entrepreneurs who have not been so much in school. Some of them have dropped out, but they took time to learn something, or they took time to start something out of their own conviction. So anyone, when they dedicate themselves to learning about entrepreneurship, that is about innovation and creativity, they can start something and they can do something to survive.
Let me say, if Timothy never went to school,
Yes.
but he ends up being a successful entrepreneur,
Yes.
would I be wrong to say that Timothy was born to be an entrepreneur? Because I feel like that skills could be earned through both off school and on school, but I believe professional skills or professional business ethics
Yes.
are learned more through school. Am I right? Or
Not really.
because I feel like if someone
Yeah.
builds an empire from rags to somewhere without the formalities or without the formal acquiring of that knowledge, I feel like they were born to be entrepreneurs, or they are talented with entrepreneurship, or in entrepreneurship.
Such people are not born. But one thing I've realized with people who don't go some people who may not stay so long at school or have not been there for many years or have not graduated. Some of them, they take initiative to learn something informally. Even some of them have taken themselves for trainings. They have gone for internship. They attach themselves to someone, an entrepreneur or someone, a manager who is doing something, and they learn it. They know they don't have many papers. So they will learn and go and implement. One of the challenges that we may be having today is that some people, when they go to school, they may become comfortable, but also school, somehow, it might be a weakness in the school system. School somehow has trained some people to be job seekers. They want to get employed. They want to work as the managers, employees. They don't go for starting their own projects. And what has happened are the other people who have not gone far. Some of them have taken up that challenge and they have gone far. There is informal training and also there is formal training. The other people prefer to go for informal training because it does not involve so much paperwork, spending so much time, read this and that, and they have gone for that informal training and they have benefited from it and they have started entrepreneurship ventures.
I've picked something related to hard work, meaning for those that know that they don't have the papers or the formal knowledge of starting up business, they took on the mandate of working hard such that they succeed, because they know that succeeding is their only option.
Yes.
Because of them lacking the papers of, let me say, school.
That's also very important. Yes.
So hard work is required in business.
Yeah.
Never mind of your qualification, whether you acquired the business skills through formal education or informal education, just know that hard work is inevitable in order for you to succeed. And so, teacher, what's business? Because we could be talking here, and Aaron doesn't know what's meant by business. What's business? How could you explain business to a P7 child?
Of course, I would say that business is something one does to add value to their community. Because business, when we talk about business, it is wide. Something that can keep me busy and can bring back value or returns, but also other people benefit in form of what I do, the product that I have come up with through creativity or innovation. I can, for example, provide a service to the community, and that service can end up improving, cleaning the community, taking out the litter, the litter that has been thrown around, process it into something, a finished product. I'm giving employment. I'm also going to provide back a product. I'm going to earn profit. So anything that we do to add value to our community can be turned up to be called a business.
Okay. Personally, back in my primary,
Yes.
I would always relate business to monetary value, to monetary earning, you know. So does it mean that business is not always about exchanging something to get money? Does it mean that the business is where you just give back without getting any profit of what you've given?
And when it comes to monetary returns, it can be in the long run, it can be in the short run, it can be in the medium term situation when someone can get back something. Good businesses normally start with something that I enjoy to do, something that you feel you can do it very well. You start doing something to improve other people's lives. Now, as people see you doing it very well, they are going to join you. They are going to join you, and some of those people, they come with rewards, they come with returns. And in the process also, because this business has to be supported by finances, with time God can give you the ability to become more creative on how you are going to earn some money to inject back into your business. So it may not be per se that it is only for monetary purposes, but money can be needed to continue to sustain the business and what you are doing, the service you are providing, to go forward, helping the people, because it has become a valuable product or service in the community. It must continue. So sometimes people will see the person doing something and they bring money, they give them. This is very important. For example, Mother Teresa started looking after the poor, treating them in a ramshackle building in a slum in India. And later on, one time, the Prime Minister of India noticed her, and they gave her some money, the project some money, they gave her some building, and then up to today we have the project even when she went to be with the Lord. So business, something that you do needs money for long-term survival, because the currency in this world is money. So creatively, you can get ways of how you can propel yourself forward, but the main thing is just playing a role in the community. Yes.
The main is to add value in the community.
Add value to the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings me to a lesson I learned from the Bible, from the book of Mark 8:36, that says, it doesn't make sense. Okay, it talks about a situation of not making sense for you to gain the whole world and to lose your soul, right?
Yes.
So how best could you relate faith and business, or how best could you advise a Christian not to sell their soul for business?
Everything that we do, we exist because of God. We ourselves are God's products. And we are here for a purpose. So someone does not need to sell their soul for a business. God has created each individual with a potential, with a possibility to do something beneficial. It's about going to God, pray and ask Him, who am I? But also you can look at your strength. What is it that you grew up loving? There are many things that a person can do. Someone said that a human being can do over 20 things and even do them well. I grew up loving to read, writing, looking after children, cooking, many other things. Possibly I can establish a restaurant. Up to now I love cooking, but I love the children. Someone said that's why possibly I'm working with children.
Okay.
Writing and reading, education. What is it that you love? I've had some of the young people here who love soccer. Had a young boy here who loves soccer so much. Would find him in the morning with a ball alone on the field. So that means that today he has a soccer academy that he has started. So everything that we do, someone loves agriculture, loves farming, they can go into farming. We have a young boy who likes farming, he has pigs. So anything can be turned into a business. Someone does not need to go and sell their soul. A lot can be done, and where possible, someone can go for training. Someone can go for training. Someone can even listen to entrepreneurs. We have a lot of individuals on the internet who are talking about business, and so when you get time, we can give those websites.
Yeah, yes, that was going to be my next my next question to you. So what books would you recommend the younger version of me to go read about business, if I want to venture into business or entrepreneurship?
The books are many.
Yeah.
However, of course, the first book to direct us, to put us in order, is the Bible.
Yeah.
The Bible, in one way or the other, talks about things that we do, and we should do them very well.
Yeah.
Proverbs 31 talks about that capable wife or woman who does everything very well. This lady is diligent, wakes up early, and her husband is praised in the streets and wherever. So when we are talking about books to read, we start with the Bible. There are many other books that have been written. The books are so many. Maybe we have books that have been written by some members in this community. They are in the bookshops around Kampala. Sudil Luparelia has some podcasts on the internet. We have Vitatule. He also has some messages on the internet. He has also written some books.
Yeah.
There are quite many books. I have some books also that I can send, online books that someone can read.
Okay. In all the books you have, which are your top 3 favorites? If you could mention them.
Allow me mention, I've mentioned the first one, the Bible.
Yeah.
Allow me mention also Rich Daddy, Poor Daddy.
Yeah.
That one also teaches you some principles about assets and liabilities and avoiding the rat race. I mean running around aimlessly, but deciding to do something. Plus other books I may not be able to remember all.
Yeah.
There is a book I read. It was written by Kenyan. It is called Why Have You Decided to Be Poor, Yet There's a Lot of Money in the World. It is one of the, I think, there's a bookshop in Kampala. Some of these bookshops have these books, a number of them, many writers. I may not be able to remember all of them,
okay,
but I can give some names later. Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Teacher Daniel, for the words of wisdom you've given unto us.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you.
we've come to the end of the podcast. Faith and Reality on YouTube. Don't forget to go like, share, and comment. Subscribe to the channel. Your subscription counts. And comment on the topics you would want us to talk about and share. Tag the people you would want us to host. Thank you so much. Malik Abel is my name, and
Teacher Daniel, teacher,
the guest for tonight. Thank you so much. We love you. Peace be unto you all.
Thank you.